According to Stoicism, it is not the inherent nature of things that makes them good or bad, but our judgments and opinions about them. This philosophy offers a guide for discerning whom to trust and respect as we navigate life's myriad relationships and encounters. Today, we will explore thought-provoking examples of individuals who, according to Stoic principles, may not merit our trust and respect. Stoic wisdom teaches us to reserve trust and respect only when it is necessary, emphasizing that virtue is paramount above all else. Who should we be cautious about trusting and respecting? From the deceitful to the sycophantic, join us as we explore 9 types of people who challenge our ability to trust and respect others. Before we begin, let's reflect on how these individuals impact your trust and respect for others and how Stoicism empowers us to respond with wisdom and serenity. It's not in condemnation that we find solace, but in understanding and insight that guide us. If you're prepared to embark on this significant journey, remember that every struggle is an opportunity to learn and grow. Every interaction is a chance to discover how to lead a virtuous life. Leave a comment to express your readiness to learn more about the timeless teachings of Stoicism. Together, let's strive for the wisdom and fortitude to recognize when someone is unworthy of our trust and respect, and to cultivate the traits within ourselves that render us worthy of it. Number 1. The gossip monger. Imagine walking through a serene garden, only to have the silence shattered by the incessant chirping of a hidden bird. This bird does not sing the melodies of nature, but mimics the sounds of others, spreading them across the foliage without a care for the discord it sows. This bird is akin to the gossip monger in our midst. The gossip monger thrives on the currency of whispered words, trading in tales not their own. They are carriers of stories, often embellished, never meant for public ears. Their lips move with ease, weaving narratives that bind others in a web of hearsay and speculation. In the realm of Stoicism, we are taught to value the virtue of silence and the weight of words. The gossip monger, however, disregards this wisdom, choosing instead to indulge in the fleeting power that comes from knowing and telling more than one should. They lack the discipline to hold their tongue and the integrity to respect the sanctity of privacy. Engaging with such a person opens oneself to the perils of misinformation and the erosion of trust. For the tales they tell today may very well be about you tomorrow. The Stoic approach is to observe, understand, and distance oneself from the gossip monger, not with animosity, but with the calm resolve to not be entangled in their narrative. Reflect on the impact of gossip in your own lives. Have you been the subject of such tales? Have you perhaps unknowingly played the role of the gossip monger? Let this be a moment of introspection, a chance to align your actions with the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Remember, it is not the words of the gossip monger that define us, but our response to them. In the face of such challenges, we must choose to embody the good that Stoicism espouses, living a life of purpose, dignity, and respect for the silent stories of others. Number 2. The selfish person. In the vast expanse of human character lies a barren island where the selfish person reigns supreme. This individual views the world through a lens that magnifies their own needs and desires, while the needs of others are but distant specks on the horizon. The selfish person is like a gardener who waters only their own plot, indifferent to the wilting plants in the neighboring fields. They harvest the fruits of communal efforts, yet their basket remains tightly sealed. Shared with none, their actions are guided by a compass that points only to personal gain, often at the expense of the collective good. Stoicism teaches us the virtue of cosmopolitanism, the idea that all people belong to a single community and that we must act in ways that benefit not just ourselves, but also the whole. The selfish person, however, is deaf to this call of duty. They build walls instead of bridges, isolating themselves in a fortress of self-centeredness. To the viewer, it is crucial to recognize the traits of the selfish person, not to judge, but to understand. In understanding, we can navigate our interactions with wisdom and protect the values we hold dear. We must ask ourselves, do we exhibit such traits? Are we contributing to the well-being of our community? Or are we too focused on our own plots? Let this serve as a moment of reflection, a chance to align our actions with the Stoic virtues of justice and benevolence. We must strive to be gardeners who tend to the entire garden of humanity, sharing the water of kindness and the fruits of our labor. In the end, the story of the selfish person is a cautionary tale, a reminder that true fulfillment comes not from what we acquire for ourselves, but from what we contribute to the world. As we continue on our Stoic journey, let us choose the path of generosity and unity, for it is this path that leads to a life of meaning and virtue. Number 3. The envious. Picture a vast fertile field under the sun where every kind of plant thrives. each contributing its unique beauty to the landscape. Yet, amidst this splendor, there is one plant that does not bloom. It is consumed by a silent yearning for the vibrant colors of its neighbors, so much so that it fails to recognize its own potential to flourish. This plant is the embodiment of the envious. The envious are those who, rather than tending to their own growth, fixate on the fortunes of others. They are shadowed by a sense of lack, a belief that life has been more generous to everyone but them. This perception distorts their view, turning admiration into resentment and aspiration into bitterness. In the teachings of Stoicism, we are encouraged to focus on our own path, cultivating virtues and finding contentment within. The envious, however, are trapped in a cycle of comparison and competition, which only serves to sap their energy and cloud their judgment. To the viewer, it is important to recognize the presence of envy not only in others but within ourselves. It is a natural human emotion, but one that must be acknowledged and overcome. Ask yourself, have you ever felt envious? How did it affect your actions and your peace of mind? Let this be an opportunity for introspection and growth. Reflect on the Stoic virtues of self-awareness and self-improvement. Strive to appreciate the unique qualities and successes of others, while also recognizing and nurturing your own talents and achievements. In the narrative of the envious, we find a cautionary tale that warns us of the perils of a covetous heart. It is a reminder that the key to a fulfilling life lies not in the possessions or accolades of others, but in the strength of our character and the richness of our own experiences. As we continue on our Stoic journey, let us choose to water our own fields with diligence and grace, celebrating the diversity of life's garden without envy. In doing so, we allow ourselves to bloom alongside others, creating a world that is vibrant with the true beauty of shared success and mutual respect. Number 4. The Always Critic. Envision a sculptor tirelessly chiseling away at marble, each strike a testament to their dedication to craft. Yet, there stands a figure in the shadows, eyes narrowed, lips curled into a sneer. This figure is the Always Critic, quick to point out the flaws in each stroke, the imperfections in the form, while never lifting a finger to create anything themselves. The Always Critic dwells in the realm of constant disapproval. Their words are a barrage of criticism aimed not to construct, but to tear down. They find solace in highlighting the shortcomings of others, yet offer no solutions, no encouragement, no praise. Stoicism, with its emphasis on personal growth and resilience, teaches us to use criticism as a tool for self-improvement, not as a weapon against others. The Always Critic, however, misuses this tool, wielding it with a lack of compassion and understanding. To the viewer, it is essential to discern the nature of the criticism you encounter. Is it constructive, offered with kindness and a genuine desire to help? Or is it the hollow critique of the Always Critic, devoid of empathy and insight? Reflect upon this and consider how you respond to criticism in your own life. Let this be a call to action to rise above the negativity of the Always Critic. Embrace the Stoic virtues of courage and wisdom, allowing yourself to be shaped by helpful feedback while remaining impervious to baseless censure. In the narrative of the Always Critic, we find a lesson in resilience. It is a reminder that our worth is not determined by the opinions of others, but by the strength of our character and the integrity of our actions. Number 5. The Manipulative Individual. In the theater of life, there are those who do not simply play their role but seek to direct the entire play. These are the manipulative individuals, masters of persuasion and deception, who pull the strings from behind the curtain. The manipulative individual is like a magician who uses sleight of hand to distract, while the real trick unfolds unseen. They are adept at shaping perceptions, twisting facts, and bending wills to align with their own agendas. Their influence is subtle, often cloaked in the guise of friendship or authority, making it all the more insidious. Stoicism teaches us the importance of autonomy and rational judgment. It encourages us to be the masters of our own minds, not to be swayed by external forces. However, the manipulative individual seeks to undermine this autonomy, making others dance to their tune. To recognize and counteract manipulation, one must be vigilant and grounded in Stoic principles. Reflect on your own experiences. Have you encountered such individuals? How did they attempt to sway you? And how did you respond? The Stoic response to manipulation is rooted in self-awareness and steadfastness. By understanding our own values and priorities, we can resist the subtle coercion of the manipulative. Let this serve as a reminder to cultivate inner strength and clarity, ensuring that our actions are guided by reason and virtue, not by the hidden agendas of others. Number 6. The Hypocrite. Imagine a preacher who speaks eloquently of honesty, yet behind closed doors, engages in deceit. This person is the hypocrite, a master of duplicity who professes one set of values while living by another. The hypocrite is like a mask wearer at a masquerade, presenting a facade to the world that conceals their true nature. They are quick to judge and admonish others for actions they themselves commit in secrecy. Their words and deeds are in constant conflict, eroding trust and sowing confusion. Stoicism emphasizes consistency between one's beliefs and actions, advocating for a life of integrity. The hypocrite, however, embodies the antithesis of this ideal, creating a chasm between their public persona and private behavior. To identify hypocrisy, one must look beyond words to the actions that follow. Reflect on those you encounter who preach virtues they do not practice. How does this affect your trust in them and your interactions with them? The Stoic approach to dealing with hypocrites is not to judge harshly, but to recognize the dissonance and maintain our own integrity. Let this serve as a reminder to align our actions with our professed values, ensuring that we live authentically and earnestly. By doing so, we contribute to a world where trust is built on genuine character and consistency, rather than empty words. Number 7. The disloyal. In the fabric of human relationships, trust is the thread that holds everything together. The disloyal, however, are like moths that gnaw at this thread, weakening the bonds that unite us. The disloyal person is one who, when the winds of fortune shift, abandons their commitments and allegiances without a second thought. They are the fair-weather friends, the opportunists who prioritize their own interests over the loyalty they owe to others. Stoicism values fidelity and steadfastness, traits that are crucial for building and maintaining strong relationships. The disloyal person undermines these values, leaving a trail of broken promises and betrayed trusts. To recognize disloyalty, observe how individuals behave in times of adversity. Do they stand by their commitments, or do they abandon ship at the first sign of trouble? Reflect on your own experiences with disloyalty. Have you been let down by someone you trusted? How did it affect you? And how did you respond? The Stoic response to disloyalty is to maintain our own loyalty and integrity, regardless of how others behave. Let this be a reminder to choose our associations wisely and to be the kind of person others can rely on, even in difficult times. Number 8. The inconsistent. In the journey of life, consistency is the compass that keeps us on course. The inconsistent person, however, is like a ship adrift, constantly changing direction with no clear destination. They are unpredictable, their actions and decisions swayed by whims and external pressures. This inconsistency erodes trust, as others can never be sure where they stand or what to expect. Stoicism teaches us the importance of consistency in our thoughts and actions. It is through consistency that we build credibility and reliability. The inconsistent person lacks this stability, making it difficult for others to rely on them or to take them seriously. To identify inconsistency, look for patterns of behavior that change without clear reasons or principles. Reflect on the impact of inconsistency in your own life. Have you encountered individuals whose unpredictability caused confusion or frustration? How did you cope with it? The Stoic approach to dealing with inconsistency is to remain steadfast in our own principles and to seek out relationships with those who value and practice consistency. Let this be a call to embody the virtues of reliability and steadiness in our own lives, ensuring that our actions align with our values and words. Number 9. The deceptive. The deceptive person is like a mirage in the desert, promising refreshment but delivering only illusion. They thrive on deceit, weaving webs of lies to manipulate and control others. Their words and actions are designed to mislead, creating a reality that serves their own ends at the expense of truth and honesty. Stoicism places a high value on truth and transparency. The deceptive person undermines these values, eroding trust and creating an environment of suspicion and doubt. To recognize deception, one must be vigilant and discerning, looking beyond appearances to the underlying intentions and actions. Reflect on your encounters with deception. How did it affect you? And how did you respond? The Stoic response to deception is to remain committed to the truth, regardless of the actions of others. Let this be a reminder to practice honesty and integrity in our own lives, creating a foundation of trust and authenticity. In exploring these 9 types of people who challenge our ability to trust and respect, we find lessons that resonate deeply with Stoic philosophy. Each encounter with these individuals is an opportunity to reflect on our own values and actions, to cultivate the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. As we navigate the complexities of human relationships, let us strive to embody the principles of Stoicism, creating a life of meaning, integrity, and resilience.